What's up, guys? This is Chris here, and today I have something I don't think you will believe. I have the new Sig P211, which is the new 2011 pistol from Sig Sauer. Now, sort of a 2011, sort of a P320/2011. We'll get into that in a minute, but this gun is all the rage in the gun industry right now. Now, this thing is a good looking gun, I will admit. It sort of looks like a mix between a 2011 and a 226 X5 Legion. There's some cool features on here that separate it from the pack on the 2011, but what really separates it is the value, which we'll get into here in a second. 4.5-inch slide with a pinned single port comp on there. It actually has a set screw and it turns off 180 kind of like the Ramjet, but it's not a compensator in the way that you would think. It actually has a compensator up top and then apparently it recycles some of the recoil out the sides, and it comps double as good, according to Sig's marketing. Now, it has some serrations up here on the top. The slide is very thin, which is nice. Full pig titanium rail up here. It has a Series 80 trigger in it, so the gun is drop safe, unlike other Sigs. Now, this guy actually has a pretty decent trigger as well. About a 3.5, 4-pound trigger, which is better than I thought it was going to be. We have removable grip panels on here, which is not very common in the 2011 world. I actually like that. These are G10 here with a steel grip, steel frame, and a steel slide, giving this guy a pretty hefty weight. We have a very, very nice hammer on the back with ambi controls, and then we also have an included Sig sight, which is very low pro. I'm not sure if I'm going to like that on a 2011 pistol, but it sits very low, and it co-witnesses with the pretty excellent iron sights. Very cool looking gun, and for the price of around $2,300 seems to be pretty impressive. The most interesting part about this gun for me is Sig actually, for the first time ever in the history of me being a gun channel, contacted me and wanted me to do a review gun for them. And I was like, what? Out of all the people, I'm actually surprised that they approached us and wanted us to do a video. I told them that my process is not a nice one. Whatever happens, happens. So you're going to see everything that happens today, and hopefully that's going to be good. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. It's because of you guys we have ammo and guns on the channel, and we really appreciate you. If you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. Just go to the link in the description below. Also in that description is a link to a local shelter named Iowa. It's the YSS. Those kids could really use your help. Please go down to the link of this description, and you can donate to those kids. And I also want to give a shout out to True Shot for sending over some 9mm ammo. We appreciate you. All right, so we got some Federal 115 grain in our P320 mag. That's what this gun takes. And we're just gonna shoot it out at 50 yards here real quick, get a feel for the gun, feel the recoil impulse, see if the gun's reliable with Federal 115, and then I'll zero it afterward. So if we don't hit anything, it's because I haven't zeroed it yet. Oh, but we did. We hit something. Very, very soft, I will admit. Marketing might be on point with that. Let's take it out to 60. The guys over at Sig must have zeroed it for us. That's a dead center A-zone shot at 50 yards. This might be one of the softest shooting guns we've ever shot on the channel. I'm going to be honest, the comp clearly works. That's impressive. I didn't bring enough ammo. I thought I had another mag.
That was really sweet, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really, it really doesn't go up very far, does it?
No. So I noticed that it's so flat that even with that micro dot, I can see the targets at 50 yards, even after I shoot. Like I can see my impacts. Like it doesn't flip at all.
Ooh.
No lockback, huh?
No lockback, but damn, I mean, you weren't wrong.
Yeah, it's really light recoil, exceptionally light.
That was crazy good. Oh my
I would say
God.
like the recoil and pulse is lighter, but I feel like maybe it like over returns a little bit because I feel like during fire it does chug just a little bit. Now, one of the cool parts about the gun as far as recoil control is that it actually takes 1911 springs, and a different spring comes in the box. I think it's an 8-pound spring, I think, that comes with a gun, and then a 10-pound spring comes with a gun as well. So you get like 2011 guy or 1911 guy, people like to spring their gun for whatever ammo they use or whatever they feel like for the grip pressure that they want, and that's pretty cool. That's a nice addition to it. Now, a gun like this, even though it has a lot of competition features to it, it seems to me it's marketed going to be more toward law enforcement and things like that. With the Series 80 style trigger being drop safe, and then the ambi controls, and then the ambi slide stop. Now the ambi slide stop is great for lefties, but it makes takedown a little bit more difficult overall. But all those features sort of scream department gun to me. So they're probably going after a similar demographic that Staccato is. Staccato basically kind of markets to law enforcement, and then people pick them up because law enforcement officers use them. It's probably good enough for you. It makes a lot of sense. Now, some of the upsides and downsides to this, like maybe compared to the Staccato XC off the top, is that A, this is a shitload cheaper than a Staccato XC. That's super nice. B, it kind of looks almost more expensive because of like the G10 grips and all the milling work. It looks pretty slick, but this thing heats up quick. Kind of a polymer grip guy on 2011s because I shoot so much, and if you shoot like 500, 600 rounds at a time out here in a hot range, this gun's already so hot that it's kind of hard to hold on to. Whereas the Staccato would be just fine.
Aw. Aw.
We got one more mag.
Yeah.
Get that top nice.
That's really nice shooting.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I discovered after watching you shoot, and you talk about it a lot, and I feel really dumb about it, you always talk about riding the safety. I literally just found out what you meant by that, and I just started doing it.
Well, like pushing down on it?
Yeah, pushing down on the safety for like extra support.
Yeah. Well, there's two reasons for that. Because the main malfunction caused by a 2011 is actually a user-induced malfunction. So like, the reason why people don't like manual safeties generally is A, they'll forget to turn it on, they think, you know? And that's like if you shoot a lot of Glocks, then you carry a safety gun for a while, you just don't think about it. But if you use a 1911 all the time, and every time you present to the target, you sweep off, it's just in your battery of arms. Your finger will literally do it while you put your finger in the trigger guard. But the biggest malfunction that people cause is when they go underneath the gun, like this, when they don't ride the gun, during recoil, they'll pop the safety up. Okay. They click, click, and they don't know why.
No lockback again.
Yeah.
Normally it's a you problem and not a me problem.
Yeah.
Hey, lockback.
Now, one of the super nice things about the gun is it does take the P320 mags. And whether you like the 320 or not, they are extremely popular, at least they were. And now they're really affordable. Now, the 320 mag, in a lot of ways, is sort of superior to the 1911 mag, even though the 1911, in my opinion, is extremely superior to P320, is that the mags themselves are much more affordable. You know, if you want to get a quality 2011 mag or double stack 1911 mag, I mean, they can be $100, $150, whereas these can be found really, really affordable. And in some cases, $15 or $20. All these mags came with extended base plates on them, and this gun came with 3 21-round mags, which again, pretty good value. If you consider this gun comes in at somewhere between $2,000 and $2,500, that's like a base Staccato. That's like a Staccato P. And this comes with a comp, it comes with removable grips. The P211 magazine release I think is swappable. Obviously the gun has a grip safety and a manual safety because SIG obviously needs all the safety they can get right now. And then you also have the Series 80 drop safe trigger. So, I mean, overall, it seems like good value so far.
Fire.
Holy shit.
What you got there?
This is a bag of empty cases with primers in them, courtesy of Evan over at Battlehawk. I appreciate you. And we're gonna see if the gun really is drop safe. There's a little mud in here. Okay. Cool. All right, we'll leave the safety off. Try to drop it on the butt. I'll drop it on the nose of the gun. Hopefully we don't break my X300. Seems good. Now just for shits and giggles, see if the case goes off. It does. It's drop safe.
Oh man.
The Sig 2011 is actually tougher than my X300.
Let's see it. It broke the actual glass.
It broke it so it stayed on. It won't turn off, no matter where I turn the dial. And it also cracked the glass. All right, after 400 rounds in one sitting through this P211 here, I'm pretty fucking impressed, I gotta say. We shot 400 rounds clean. We lubed the gun once with Slip 2000. We took it out of the box. We didn't clean it. We didn't do anything. And we shot mostly Federal 115 through it. And the gun functioned 100%. Not only through just standard shooting, we shot fast, we shot long distance, but it also survived a mud test with no failures, which is extremely impressive, especially for a 2011. And on top of that, we dropped it with some empty cases in it. And it is in fact drop safe. We dropped it 4 times, I think, 4 or 5 times. We dropped a couple times for the cell phone as well. Now, the gun itself, as far as the controls and everything, how it functioned, it was pretty excellent. Again, 400 rounds, 100% reliable. The accuracy was very impressive. I was able to hit A-zone hits at 50 yards very, very easily. The trigger being a Series 80 trigger didn't seem to bother me at all. It was, I don't know, 4 pounds, something like that. It's not obnoxious. Like, it's not like so heavy it's obnoxious, but it's not as light as something like Nighthawk, Sandhawk, or maybe a Terran Tactical. But these are also drop safe by comparison to those. So if you work for a department or if that's just something you're interested in, then yeah, it's a pretty decent feature in my personal opinion. The comp, kind of the star of the show. Sig, at least in their marketing, I watched a few of their videos. They were talking about how the gun has like 90% less felt recoil or whatever the hell, 40%. I don't remember what they quoted. It does feel like the comp works really well. The comp seems like it redirects gases out the sides, and for whatever reason, it gives it a little bit less muzzle flip. That's super nice. The slide is relatively lightweight and it's pretty functional. It actually runs really, really well. We have ambi controls, ambi slide stop on either side, and the magazine release is a P320, and it is swappable. One of my complaints with the gun is the undercut of the trigger guard here is very sharp, and after about 300 or 400 rounds, that was a little bit uncomfortable. Usually the hotspot on a 2011 is back here by the safety and stuff, but the safety felt great. The P320 mags were great. They're affordable, they're easy to use. A lot of people probably aren't going to be using the 320s anymore, so they got to use their magazines for another gun. You might want to get one of these. Not only are they 21 rounds, but I like how the base plates sit out from the bottom of the gun because it makes it easy to load the magazines. You put a big mag wall in here, which actually works really well, and then you use the stock flush fit magazines. Kind of sucks because you can't peel your magazine out, and it's kind of hard to get the thing all the way in. So magazine base plates work great. As far as the included optics mounting system, it worked awesome. I actually initially didn't think I was going to like this optic on here because it's kind of a small optic on kind of a big gun. Now it sits flush fit with the slide. 1911 slides are very thin, and it didn't bother me at all in shooting. We shot it very fast. The Sig optic is obviously very durable because it just went through a mud test and a drop test in its own right. It was on the gun when we dropped it, and very, very durable. No cracking or anything like that in the optic, so not too bad. A little bit of a bluish tint, but won't bother you. Sights are great. If you get the, there's a version with the optic, a version without the optic. I think the recoil bosses on the optics mounting system will take several optics, including the Vortex optics, so you can do that. The G10 grips are removable, so in the future, you'll be able to replace them probably with different colors, and things like that. That's very nice. Serrations go up on top of the grip, so if it's, let's say, muddy, you can hold on to it really well, and I can attest to that. Overall, I don't think I could have asked for much more of a gun, to be honest with you. I was initially fairly concerned about this gun because, I mean, Sig's had some quality control issues recently, and I've never actually taken a review gun from them before. I mean, I've been doing gun reviews now for about 10 years, and there's companies that I just don't work with. However, they approached me about this gun. I'd watched a bunch of videos about this gun. I was excited, and I wanted to try to shoot it, and I figured I could give it, at the very least, an objective opinion. I could come out here and show you guys exactly what the gun's like with no strings attached, and I think we've done that today. You saw everything that we shot in the footage. Gun's accurate, it's fast, and man, it's durable, apparently. And it's one impressive 2011 for $2,300, I will have to admit. So far, just a sample size of one, not a review, but we did shoot 400 rounds through it in a row. It's off to a great start. We're almost halfway to a review, so you'll be seeing that here in the near future. Until then, should you get one of these, that's up to you, but my sample was pretty impressive. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.